Jenna Ortega was born on September 27, 2002, in the Coachella Valley area of California, and long before millions of viewers knew her as Wednesday Addams, she was already determined to become an actress. Her full name is Jenna Marie Ortega, and she grew up in La Quinta, California, as the fourth of 6 children. Her father, Edward Ortega, has Mexican ancestry, while her mother, Natalie Ortega, has Mexican and Puerto Rican ancestry. Ortega has also spoken about her family history, including a maternal great-grandmother who immigrated from Sinaloa, Mexico, without legal documentation, and a maternal grandfather who moved from Puerto Rico to the Bronx before eventually settling in the western United States. One of the most interesting parts of Ortega's story is that acting was not simply a career she discovered after becoming famous. She has said that she realized she wanted to act when she was around 7 years old. Her inspiration was Dakota Fanning, particularly after Ortega watched the 2004 film Man on Fire. She was fascinated that a young actress could deliver such a convincing performance, and the experience made Ortega seriously consider acting herself. Her parents initially laughed when she announced that she wanted to pursue acting, but her determination eventually convinced them that it was more than a childhood phase. Her first professional acting work arrived when she was still a child. She began acting professionally at 9, appearing in a Colgate commercial before landing television and film roles. Her early credits included Rob in 2012, Iron Man 3 in 2013, and Insidious, Chapter 2 in 2013. Those early appearances might look small compared with the projects associated with her name today, yet they placed her in front of cameras at an age when most children were still far removed from the professional entertainment industry. Her breakthrough years arrived through television. From 2014 to 2019, Ortega appeared as a younger version of Jane in Jane the Virgin. She then became widely recognized by younger audiences as Harley Diaz in Disney Channel's Stuck in the Middle, a role she played from 2016 to 2018. Her performance earned her an Imagen Award, giving her an early indication that she could move beyond being simply a recognizable child performer. There was, however, a period when Ortega seriously considered leaving acting. After finishing her work on Stuck in the Middle, she entered her teenage years, facing the difficult transition from child performer to young adult actress. She has explained that she was beginning high school and had discussions with her team about whether it was time to quit. The turning point came when she booked the role of Ellie Alves in Netflix's You. She has described the experience of joining that production as something that renewed her enthusiasm for acting and convinced her that she was not ready to walk away. Then came the role that changed the scale of her career, Wednesday Addams. Ortega was cast as the title character in Netflix's Wednesday, and the series transformed her from a respected young actress into a global star. The role required her to create a version of Wednesday that could feel connected to the character's long history while still standing apart from previous portrayals. Ortega's performance became one of the defining elements of the series, while the character's distinctive mannerisms, deadpan delivery, and physicality became instantly recognizable to audiences around the world. What makes the story more remarkable is how much creative responsibility Ortega eventually assumed. Netflix's official Tudum coverage of Wednesday notes that she became an executive producer for the series, giving her a larger creative role beyond simply performing in front of the camera. Her collaboration with director and executive producer Tim Burton also became an important part of the show's identity. Ortega subsequently worked with Burton again in Beetlejuice, released in 2024. There is an unusual connection between Ortega and Wednesday Addams that she has acknowledged herself. In a 2026 discussion about the character, Ortega explained that there are moments when she catches herself thinking like Wednesday. That does not mean she considers herself identical to the fictional character. Rather, playing Wednesday for such an extended period has influenced the way she approaches certain situations and creative decisions. The distinction between actress and character has become particularly interesting because Ortega has spent years repeatedly returning to Wednesday's world. Her film career has also moved well beyond the Wednesday phenomenon. Ortega appeared as Tara Carpenter in Scream and Scream 6, becoming part of the revival of one of horror cinema's best-known franchises. She also starred in X, Miller's Girl, Winter, Spring, Summer, or Fall, Beetlejuice, and Hurry Up Tomorrow. These projects demonstrate that she has deliberately experimented with different genres rather than relying exclusively on one successful character. Ortega's private life is considerably less public than her professional life. She has repeatedly expressed a desire to keep her romantic relationships private because she believes excessive attention to her personal life can distract from her work. That position is important when discussing the many relationship stories that circulate around her. Public interest has produced numerous dating rumors, but speculation should not automatically be treated as confirmation. One relationship that received substantial attention was Ortega's rumored connection with fellow Disney Channel actor Asher Angel. The two were seen together at public events in 2018 and attracted additional attention after appearing in coordinating Halloween costumes. However, neither actor publicly established a detailed long-term relationship narrative, and reliable biographies continue to describe the relationship as a rumor rather than a fully confirmed public romance. The same caution is necessary with more recent rumors. In 2026, social media posts have circulated linking Ortega romantically with Danish musician Elias Ronnenfeldt. Those posts and online discussions have fueled speculation, but there has been no reliable public confirmation from Ortega establishing that they are in a relationship. Because Ortega has deliberately kept her romantic life private, claims presented online as established fact should be treated carefully. As of August 12, 2026, there is no solid public confirmation that allows the rumor to be stated as fact. That privacy has become one of the defining characteristics of Ortega's public persona. She has made it clear that she prefers people to focus on her acting rather than attempting to turn every friendship, photograph, or public appearance into a relationship story. This approach is particularly notable because her fame increased dramatically while she was still very young. Instead of allowing her private life to become the central narrative, she has generally kept attention directed toward her projects. There is also a lesser-known side to her childhood acting experience that she has discussed publicly. In a new 2026 Esquire interview, Ortega reflected on how intensely she wanted to prove herself when she was a child performer. She said that she was so determined not to inconvenience people on set that she sometimes failed to speak up about ordinary needs. Looking back, she described learning that constantly trying to be the easiest person on a production was not necessarily healthy or wise. The revelation provides a different perspective on the polished professionalism audiences saw from her as a young performer. Her 2026 reflections also reveal something important about her attitude toward failure. Ortega has said that she does not necessarily categorize her career experiences as mistakes. Instead, she views both successful and unsuccessful projects as part of a process that helped her understand herself and the kinds of stories she wants to tell. That perspective is significant because her filmography includes both major successes and projects that received mixed or negative critical responses. Ortega's literary interests have also appeared outside acting. In 2021, she published It's All Love, Reflections for Your Heart and Soul, a book aimed at young readers. The project demonstrated that her interests extended beyond performance and into writing and personal reflection. Her career is now entering another major stage. Wednesday has been renewed for a third season, while Ortega is attached to several ambitious film projects. One of the most prominent is Clara and the Sun, directed by Taika Waititi, in which she plays the title character, an artificial friend in a dystopian science fiction story adapted from Kazuo Ishigiro's novel. She is also set to appear in J.J. Abrams' The Great Beyond, where she plays a young woman with a mysterious history who becomes connected to the story's central character. Perhaps the most revealing part of Jenna Ortega's story is that the public image of sudden fame does not completely describe her journey. She did not appear in Hollywood overnight. She began working professionally at 9, spent years moving between child and teenage roles, considered leaving acting, found a second chance through You, and eventually became the face of one of Netflix's biggest series. Her September 27, 2002 birth date places her among the generation of performers who grew up simultaneously with traditional television, streaming entertainment, and social media. Yet despite becoming one of the most recognizable young actresses of her generation, Ortega has consistently attempted to separate her professional identity from the parts of her life she considers private. And that may be one of the most interesting facts about Jenna Ortega. The actress who became famous for playing a character who reveals almost nothing about herself has also learned how powerful privacy can be in real life. Wednesday Addams may communicate through silence, expressions, and carefully controlled reactions, while Ortega communicates through her work, her choices, and the roles she accepts. As of August 2026, the confirmed story is clear. Jenna Ortega is a 23-year-old American actress born September 27, 2002, who began professionally as a child, survived the difficult transition from child performer to adult actress, found international recognition through Wednesday, expanded into major film franchises and independent projects, and has taken on increasing creative responsibility. Her romantic life remains largely private, and current online dating rumors should not be confused with confirmed relationships. What comes next is perhaps more intriguing than the rumors themselves. Ortega has indicated that she is moving away from simply experimenting with different genres and toward choosing characters and stories with which she feels a deeper connection. With Wednesday continuing, Clara and the sun approaching, and the great beyond ahead, the next chapter of Jenna Ortega's career is no longer about proving that she can act. It is about discovering exactly what kind of actress she wants to become.